Hello, hello. Welcome back to The Juice is Worth the Squeeze. I'm Samantha.
And I am Alicia.
This is our episode 4? 4. Yes, I think so. We lost count.
It is episode 4. Okay, yeah, it is episode 4. Yes.
We were just talking about this the other day, and now we're trying to remember. It is called
The Fruit of Our Loins.
We are talking about our beautiful children.
Yes.
And being single moms.
Mm-hmm. And raising kids in today's world.
That was
enough said.
I know. We're like, there it is, people, and done.
Everyone knows how it is.
Yeah. No. And well, it's crazy because we're both two different parents. Like Alicia's got.
Yeah, I have 2 boys and 2 boys. Like, I'm a single mom raising 2 boys, and that's just, I never thought I would be a single mom raising 2 boys, but yeah, it's different. And then I
have a son who's 13, about to be 13, which is just weird in itself. New Mexico sounds, woohoo! Yeah, and that's just a whole other story, you know. Where I mean, again, it's 2 different age groups. Mine's 13. Alicia's are what?
My are 8 and 5, and he's starting kindergarten tomorrow. My littlest.
Oh my God,
dude.
Little Addie. And it's crazy. Like, I never thought I'd be a single mom with a 13-year-old about to be 34, and I'm all, ew, I'm 13. You stink. Go take a shower, bro.
Yeah, like you said, ew.
Ew. He was talking about girls the other night, and I was just like, here we are.
Yeah.
Going to dances this year.
Oh, fun.
I know. Hopefully everything stays open and we can enjoy those moments to have our kids go to dances, and I can dress them up in a suit.
Yeah, mine are just, they're all about the video games right now. All about Fortnite. It's all about the skins and how much I can just dish out. How much money do you have, Mom? How much money can I like fork up right now? Every week there's a new skin, and I'm just like, I know. It's like, so you got the LeBron skin? Is that's cool? That's awesome. I'm so glad you got the LeBron skin.
When Milo used to play Fortnite, I'd be like, bro, okay, first of all, you spent like $40 on Fortnite, like what? Yeah. And they'd be like, oh, I got all this skin, and I'm like, what are you saying to me? Like, I'm so confused on what you're talking about.
There's a fish head out there with like a man body and like a fish head and like some weapons, and like I'm supposed to be super excited about it. Woo!
You're like,
no idea.
Alicia and I were at the pool the other day, and Atticus and Riker were jumping in the pool, and they, Mom, look, Sam, look.
Talk on the microphone.
Oh.
But it was like, Sam, you know, Auntie Pooh Bear, Mom, and Alicia and I were both just staring at each other, and I was like, I swear, if he just like jumps in one more time, like with what are we looking at, bro?
Oh my gosh, the attention, like I don't know what it is, but everything they do, they want me to notice. They want me to see it. Hey, Mom, look at this. And they jump. I'm like, oh, hey, cool, good job. Hey, Mom, look at this. Hey, Mom. I'm like, yes. Everything is so exciting, and I don't know. Like, you're good by yourself. Like, I can see you.
What's funny is that they're just like, you have each other. You guys can play, and they want to have us play with them. And I'm like, no. Now it's like, Milo doesn't even want to hang out with me. Well, no, I lie. Milo likes to hang out with me to a certain extent. Like, it's weird having a teenager. It's very strange. Like, he was like all up in my bed just now when I got home, posted up watching Vice. And like, we're just like, you know, like having a moment, and he's like, I'm going to sleep in your bed tonight. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I get to have this like little moment with you. Like, now we don't get to have these moments. We're getting etiquette on our microphones. I love it. We love Chris.
Just like moving. I'm like, okay. And my in position.
And ready to go.
And ready for takeoff.
She's just like not going to move. She's just going to stay in one position now.
Right here. Stay still.
That's awesome. Well, no, I had Milo at super young age. And so I was like, interested in how this conversation was going to start between us, because we were talking about a fruit of our loins. And I'm like, well, a lot of people know that we're moms. Like, we talk about that pretty much in every podcast, and we post about that a lot. But I guess a lot of people don't know like the backstory of like our children and how we decided to have them.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
no, because
I'm
like,
pretty sure our audience knows how kids are made.
well, let me give you guys a little bit of 101. A guy and a woman. I'm just kidding. No, but like, I mean, for me, it was like I was super young before I had Milo, and before
How old were you?
So yeah, I was like, okay, how am I going to start this conversation off? So before I had Milo, and I never used to talk about this because I was really young and I felt really uncomfortable because people are judgmental and they talk a lot of shit. But, I had an abortion before I had Milo. And I admit it. Like, I was a selfish asshole. I was 18 years old. I did not want to have a kid. And I was partying way too much. And I felt selfish. Like, I just was like, I don't want to give a life to a child where I'm just not there. Like, I'm mentally not there. I like to party and I like to have fun, and I just don't want to do it. And there's other factors as well. So a few months after that was in 2007. And then in 2008, it was like in January, I met Milo's dad for like, it was at a random party. And I totally thought it was going to be like a one night stander, but then it ended up being like, we're like full on like dating. And then I found I was pregnant, like in May, I found I was pregnant. So I had to tell my mom on Mother's Day that I was pregnant. And I was nervous. I was 19. No, I just turned 20 because I just turned 20 at that time. And I was, pretty much already about 2-3 months pregnant already into that. And it was scary because like I didn't even really know this dude. I was like, bro, I'm pregnant. And he's like, right on, let's do this together. Like, straight up, that was his answer. And I was like, is this a joke? How high and drunk are you right now? He's like, well, I'm at Pita Pit at 2:00 in the morning. You're high and drunk. And we did. So yeah, I had Milo right at 21. Before I turned 21 or whatever. And then, but that's like weird because I have a 13-year-old, like thinking about it now, like he's about to turn 13 in November. And, that's just been a crazy, like, training. Like Milo's father and I were together for 9 years and all together, and we separated every single year.
Was there a certain time? Was it like a season? Can you pinpoint that?
Yeah, actually, it was a certain season. I'm not even kidding you. It was like summertime.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. I feel like a lot of people have a lot of anxiety during holiday season.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they kind of drift away from their families a little bit because there's so much emotional burden on that time. And that's the time that I have pinpointed for like
most of my
like people's stresses.
Mine was like during the summer because he was a bartender, and I think he was like, that was like his most money making, like, and girls are out wearing their little body, looking all fine.
They're wearing their body.
The little fine as fuck outfits, and I'm all
they're wearing their bodies.
Little body skirts and like little body suits and stuff, and I was all, mom with a baby with throw up all over me and stuff. But it was, it's cool because, like, honestly, when we had Milo, we lived in a house and we had like 4 different homies that were living there. And I love them all. Wake Self was one of them. And I love him so much. I mean, I miss that dude more than anything. But when Wake was living with us, he would always come into Milo's room and like he would rap to her. And I would because I would go take naps and stuff. And he would go rap to her and like be in, or, to him and go be in the, bedroom. But the guys always helped me. It was like me and like the whole crew. They would always like help me out. And then, when Milo's dad and I separated like a couple times, I lived with like a few friends like Katie Morgan and the Morgan family. So big shout out to them because they totally helped me as well. My brother was always there for me, and baby daddy, like he did. My brother has done so much. It's insane. Like I love that dude with all my heart, but he, he's became a huge part of Milo's life. I mean, that's his best friend. But anyways, yeah. So like I always had people, but yeah, we always broke up. Like it was always like summertime. It was always like I like knew it. I was like, we ready to separate?
Dude,
you ready to separate? Because I'm ready. No, and we'd always separated. And then finally when we decided to like actually call it quits, that was like a huge turning thing event for me, because I was like, all right, now full on different schedules, right? Like now I have Milo at a whole different time frame. I have to work full time in order to like pay rent, pay bills, pay this, pay that, pay this, all this stuff on my own. And then also have that time for Milo. And then obviously I started working at Dialogue, and then I became a GM there. So I had a little bit more flexible schedule. But it's crazy having a kid though, because in that whole transition, I didn't realize that my fights with his father were like affecting him that much. And there's not much you can't hide. There it is. Yes. Guy was going fast.
He wanted everyone
he
to
was
know.
fast as fuck.
He just wanted everyone to know too.
Yeah. But I didn't realize those like fights really did affect Milo. And I mean, him and I were like, we would get in some pretty gnarly fights, but also that like we were talking about in the one, like just utter silence, and him and I wouldn't talk. Like we wouldn't talk for like almost days. We could just come in, what up, good night. You know what I mean? And one would sleep in one room and I would sleep in Milo's room, or, vice versa. So it affects kids, it does in certain ways. You can't tell a kid that's not going to affect, it affects them,
I agree. Yeah.
And so, our separation totally affected Milo, because our schedules were so crazy. It was like, he wanted to be with me more, but then dad wanted him, it was like always like this. But then it was like, no, you got to have a relationship with your father, and you got to be over there so I can have some my time, whatever. But then when I started working at Dialogue a little bit more, I got a little bit more freedom because I had such a great staff. And then obviously I was the GM, and so I can make a schedule for myself that was flexible for me to have Milo. But as Milo got older, baby daddy and I decided to do 50-50, which I feel so like I feel like it was a huge part in Milo's like change in life, because like it was just different.
The 50-50?
Yeah. It was hard, you see your parents one week and you see the other one, you have two different lifestyles. My lifestyle at my house is like super open and we talk about everything. And my house was always like the fun house, like not the fun house. There was obviously structures and rules and all that stuff, but it was different versus going to the other house and rock and roll, baby, rock and roll. But then going to the other house and it was like bedtime at 6:00 and no, none of this, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But Milo was like, wait, what? Like, I'm just not used to this. Or Milo couldn't really express himself in the way that he wanted to versus coming to my house. It was like, this is who I am and blah, 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 blah. So it was really hard. We went through some pretty traumatic stuff in 5th grade that kind of made a huge transition in our like livelihood. And so, we decided that for Milo's safety, it would just be better for Milo's mental space to be in my household. Because Milo, if you've ever met my child, it is my mini me. Very outspoken, can be a little dickhead, but also has this huge heart, kind, very, very expressive through art and music, and has all this stuff going on. And I want to let that person express that, who they want to be, not me holding them back from doing that. So it'd be best. So we decided it'd be best for Milo to stay with me full time. And then the pandemic happened. And so we really kept him with me. And if you guys didn't know, some people already obviously get the hint, and I told Milo I would say this in the proper way, but Milo's dead name is Theory. And Theory was the one that obviously was born, was a female, and now we have identified ourselves as he, they, and and that's a whole transition itself, like changing our name to Milo and respecting those boundaries and like letting him be who he wants to be. The other day a picture came up of his dead name, and it was so hard for me because I was like, oh, look at my little Theory, and like I didn't realize how emotional that was going to be for him, and I had to like apologize, but then I was like, bro, you have to understand, it's like still different, like you're still you're my kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, so like, that's you, Milo, but that was all like, that's theory at the same time. It's so hard for me to express. Like, I can't, like, it's like hard to explain it, you know, but you're always going to be my kid. And I support you 100%. I have your back no matter what. If you want to be this today and tomorrow you want to be this, like, I got you. Like, it's not going to be a bit. And I see this little picture of you, like, dressed up in a little tutu and your little crown. It's just little queen. But, and that's whole, you know, that's a whole other thing. Cause like we have family members that don't accept it. And we have people that don't accept these kind of lifestyles. And, you know, I'm told I'm a bad mother for even like letting this happen and And I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, you're telling me that if your kid told you something like this, you would say, you know, get the hell out of the house, which is what happens. Do, yeah. What happens. And yeah. I just can't believe that. But anyways, but yeah, so that's me and Milo. I mean, Milo is my little Milo, and I'm super excited because he's, like I said, he's just growing in. There's moments where we have our moments for sure, but he's super protective of me. He just wants good things for me. It's just been us. Like, we've had people in our lives for sure, but it's just been us. Like, we just have our tight relationship. We're a mom and son, and we're also like two homies, which is great, you know, and it's cool that my kid feels comfortable coming to talk to me about pretty much anything. And I've always want that to be that policy. I don't want him to ever fear me. I mean, I want him to fear me, like knowing if he messes up, I'm gonna fuck him up real good. However, I don't want him to be scared not to tell me what's going on in his life, or, you know, if there's something that he needs to talk about and he's scared to talk about it. You know I was scared of my parents talking about certain things because, you know, it was always like, well, then you need to go get the fuck out of the house. You know, that was our house. And like, I don't want that. I don't want that for my own child. So that's me raising the kid, and it's cool. I mean, I like coming home the other day and I had, you know, dinner on the table, like, and a candle and like flowers. I was like, this is so cute. Though you're doing this, and someone else should be doing this. One day, kid, one day. And people keep asking if I want another one. And let's make this very clear, Alicia. I have baby fever all the time. When I see a cute little baby, I do want to smush that little face and smell it.
You do.
I do.
I know you do. And if you right now, if you right now say, I don't want another kid, I'm going to call bullshit. Because you do. I know you do.
I do want another baby. But this is the Virgo in me. I'm like, I got plans. So by like 36, if I ain't gonna have no baby, no way, dude, I can't go back.
Where do you go?
I can't go back. Like, I can't be 36 and be like, oh God, I gotta do this all. Like, Milo's are gonna be what, like 15?
People have kids in their 40s.
I know. My homegirl did that. I was all for real, bro. Like,
people
you
have
really.
Kids in their 50s. Like, there shouldn't be an age limit.
She's not 50.
If your uterus is still good, if your uterus and you're still ovulating and you're still pushing out those little eggs until you are fine.
Girl,
I mean, can you imagine if like somebody 35, she worked all her life for her career, and she finally got where she was, and then she couldn't have kids because she had to get her uterus taken out because of some kind of cancer. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's all types of different scenarios out there, and there shouldn't be an age limit.
I'm going to age limit myself.
Totally, I get it. I personally, I can say,
because you got two.
I don't want any more kids. I don't want any more kids. I don't want any more kids. Scouts honor. Scouts. Oh, is it right hand? Yeah. Scouts honor.
Where's the Bible?
I don't want any more.
No, I mean, if I was blessed with another child, I'm gonna be 34, so the time's ticking. September 21st, it's on.
Yeah, I can tell you have baby fever.
I do. I love smelling them. Like, they're cute.
And I can tell that I don't have baby fever.
I know. She sent me a picture the other day, and she's like, we could do photos like this. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that baby's fucking cute. And she's all, the picture, Sam. It was about the picture. And I was like, I know, but that baby's cute as shit.
I can tell that I don't want any more kids because I am okay with like hugging them. I'm like, oh, here you go. There you go. Yeah. And like, I watch my niece and she's 2, and I'm like, girl, you have an attitude. I cannot. Her attitude is hilarious. But yeah, no, I definitely don't want any more. And I can tell because I don't have that baby fever, that urge. I'm ready to like travel with my 2 kids or travel by myself or do things by myself.
But that's where I'm at too. I mean, I just like
You have
babies.
mixed emotions.
I do. I'm like, ugh, you know, it's like, ugh. No, but I mean, it's also like, it's weird because it's been Milo and I. Like, so Milo's dad's about to have another baby, and congratulations. Like, that's amazing. But it's also like, like, it's just been a lot at my house, a lot of emotions going around. Not for me personally, because I'm like, whatever, that's amazing. Like, awesome. Good for him. Like, I'm happy for this person. I'm truly happy for this person to find someone that wants to be with him and loves him. And for him, I think it's great. I think everyone should find their human and they're going to have a baby together. I think that's rad, you know?
Yeah.
The circumstances are a little bit different because there's a lot of emotions that are going in it with my own like child. So it's like, you know, that boundary set, and now Milo's having like he's having a moment, kind of like, am I not good enough thing like right now? And I'm like, no, dude, like let them have a baby.
Yeah. I think we talked about this the other day. I was just saying like, it has like, I think it's hard as an adult as well, but especially as a kid.
Yeah.
That has hard, you know, there's, you know, him and her dad butt heads a lot. But to have that understanding that it's not, the situation is not about
right
Milo. The situation, and even if my ex were to have more kids, I would have to tell my kids it's not about you or what you did or anything about you. It's literally these other people have decided to have a kid and they are having a kid, and just know that you still have a place. You still take up space. Like you're good. Like,
yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. That's what Milo and I were talking about the other day when we found out. And I was like, dude, it's not even at the wedding, I was like, it's not about you. It's not about you. It's like, literally, it's not about you. It's about them. You're still the child. You're still this person's, you know, you're still the fruit of this loins life. You know what I mean? Like, so it's all good. It's okay. Like, you just got to accept it and move forward and like congratulate them. So he decided that he was going to text them the other day, and he sent me the text. I was like, please don't text that. He said, congratulations. Hope no one eats the fetus. I was like, oh, death metal.
The fetus. Maybe the placenta.
I was like, ew. I was like, no one's going to eat a fetus. But no, there's like some death metal band out there. And I was like, oh, you're so death metal right now, bro. Like, calm down.
I think there is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They're like something fetus. I'm like, oh my God. My brother gave me a shirt from Japan the other day that said something crazy. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I think you were like, what does that even say?
My brother's like, yeah. He's all taking it all in, sister. No, but it's hard because I mean, like I said, I come from a family that we've always been in each other's life, and now everything's been kind of wonky and crazy, but you know, and my family knows me too. They're like, when are you gonna have another baby, Sam? And I'm like, cute. When are you gonna get a life, Sandy? Simply Sandy. I feel like every episode we should just bring up Sandy. Just because, like, when she hears this, if anyone's ever watched Hot Rod, okay, my mom's, like, the relationship between the father and Rod is me and my mom, but that's, like, my real mom. We fight like that. I'm just like, I'm going to fuck you up, Sandy. She'll just be in the bedroom just like, that's what you get, Samantha. Simply Sandy. She's amazing. She's a rad lady. We're trying to get her on one of these episodes, but...
Oh, she said hell no.
She looked at me and she said, oh, hell no. You would. Why? What do you two talk about on there? I was like, do you want to know? She's like, no.
We talk about taxes, Sandy. We talk about taxes.
Alicia, tell what happened when you brought up taxes to my mom.
Jeez.
Alicia got the fire.
He was just like, hey, she's like, yeah, I just can't believe I get taxed on my...
on her retirement or social security. It was one of those
something or social security something, and I was like, well, you know, that's good. I mean, like, at least you don't have to pay a lump sum at the end of the year, and you have, you know, they're taking some out in each paycheck. And she was like, so you think I should get taxed for my animal?
Oh, it was game on. I was like, oh shit, here it goes. I
mean, because some people have to pay a lump sum on the money that they take out as, you know, as that income.
Yeah.
And any income that you report, I mean, you have to pay tax on it. So if you're not taking it out throughout the year, and at the end of the year you get a whole lump sum,
dude,
that shit sucks. And I've done enough taxes to know you don't want that. So I was just trying to say, well, that's good. Trying to like,
yeah, no, you opened up the pit is what my brother and I like to call. We say, open up the pit.
She was so mad, and I still feel like the scorn every time I go to your house. She's like,
Bro, she stares at me
don't
like
hang
this.
out with her. She talks about taxes.
Samantha, who are you hanging out with these days? Alicia, yeah, she's the devil.
She believes in taxes.
she believes in tax. She's Satan. Alicia, she's the devil.
Ain't no foosball for her.
No, hell no. Oh, Sandy, I love that lady. But yeah, no, even now it's been like crazy because I'm like, Mom, you can't call Theory. It's Milo. Samantha Ann, that's my granddaughter. I'm like, I get it. Like, I get it. Can you just do one thing and just shut your mouth, Sandy? Just to shut it and just accept it and like let it happen. We're not there yet.
I like how you nervously itched your chin.
I'm like, we're not there
some kind
yet.
of,
We're just not
nervous tick.
fucking there. We're just not fucking
I
there.
think it's your hair tickling your face.
Oh, I know. It's like, oh God, that lady. She causes me so much anxiety. I told Milo, I was like, if I ever act like that, you put me right in a home. That happened at age 45. You better start putting me in a home. Poor thing.
I don't know if you're gonna act like that, but I know that sometimes you over worry, and I'm like,
I'm just like my mom.
all right.
Well, you've seen why she over worries all.
Oh yeah, I
day.
do. You're right. Get into other families' kids.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's Milo and I. It's our little crew. We've got a cat, Vienna, who I fucking can't stand right now, and then we got a wiener dog. We're getting a wiener dog, guys. Yeah, Brody's getting. Yes, and we're gonna call her Pickles. She's adorable.
Oh my god.
I really hope this person that from whoever watched us the last time really loves this episode. No, but yeah, we did. We are getting a wiener dog, and I'm super excited. She's a pup. We can't get her until my birthday weekend. I'm super excited though. I'm so excited. She's so cute. I can't wait to show a picture of her. I'm gonna post her later. She's just so tiny, and she's like, she looks like Brody. She's brown, but she's just like brown and white. The one I really wanted was like the gray and like had speckles on the nose. Yeah.
Apple.
Oh my God. So cute. But this guy, I know he's out there. I'm not going to call his name. Tom. I'm going to get you, motherfucker. He got the dog first. And I was like, what the hell? I wanted that one.
Aww.
Yeah. We were all trying to fight for these little pups because they're like they're like, people don't breed them out here in Albuquerque. So they're really, really hard to find. And they're not, if people do breed them out here in Albuquerque, dude, they're like asking like, yeah, they're insane. These guys are from Arizona and they're only asking for $400. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's not bad. Like, you guys do payment plans? We'll do like an installment. No, they're like super cool. They're like, yeah, of course. Like, sweet.
Nice.
So yeah, super cute. We just did it. We're doing it. We're doing a pup because I can't have my Remy back. So, and I miss having a dog. So now I have a little family. My little crew. So maybe I won't have any more babies. Maybe I'm set.
And you'll start like collecting other animals. And go to Sam's house. I'm like, Sam, I can't enter your house. Sam, I can't.
There's gonna be like an iguana coming out of somewhere. I'm gonna have like.
I literally can't enter your house. Sam.
I'm going to die.
I will die on impact.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, I adopted this, and this, and a cow.
Aw, it'd be so cute if it was like a little calf.
Oh my God, my life.
Dude,
I told you
guys
guys
a house already.
I know. I just need to have my farm. That's my family, though, peeps. I'm gonna literally have a farm by 36. Who cares about babies? I'm gonna have a fucking farm.
There you go. There you go. Have like an animal like
My
rehab.
sanctuary.
Yeah, sanctuary rehab center.
Oh yeah, that's my
Aw.
my goal. But yeah, tell us a little about Riker and Atticus, my friend.
My Riker and my Atticus, my two little boys. I never thought I'd just have just boys. I knew that I wanted kids when I grew up. I have that caregiver mentality. So taking care of kids was always kind of like just second nature. It's always been, but I put my parenting and I put them above everything else, even myself. That's how I do parenting. Their mentality, what they need, what they want, like everything, their mental health, everything, every of that aspect matters to me. And how I try to relate with their situations is how I would see something or perceive something. And I was raised by a single mom, and my dad was, they were separated. They actually were never married. But but I knew what it was like growing up with a single mom, and I knew the things that I didn't want to do, and I knew the things that I did want to do, and I knew myself. So definitely one thing is I always want my kids to come to me no matter what. Like no matter what it is, I want them to know that they can come to me, talk to me, whether it's hard, whether if we just got in an argument, whether if I just scolded them or not. Like I want them to know that they can still, I'm still there. Like, yeah, you're in trouble, but if you're going through something, I want to know. So I definitely have that with them. They tell me everything. They tell me too much. They still tell me when they have to poop. They still tell me if like they still
The poop I hear out of Atticus's mouth all the time. He's like, "Hey, I have to go poop." I'm like, "Bro, you just told me that like 5 minutes ago."
I know. He's like, your dad is so funny. He's like, again? You have to go poop again? But like
it's amazing how much he goes poop.
Like I just like to keep them like open communication all the time. Like I just feel like that's huge, especially with kids that have gone through such traumatic things. You know, a divorce, people think, oh yeah, it happens every day. Well, you know what? It's still traumatic, very traumatic for these little people, that these lives are just, their life is literally torn apart. Like now what they knew is not what they know anymore. And now they have to keep adjusting. And yeah, kids are adaptable. We can just keep saying that over and over again. But like, why can't we make that buffer a little easier? Like, why can't we just like buffer that and like just, you know, yes, it has changed. And you know what? I'm right here by your side. So if you need to talk to me about anything, go for it. If you're interested in anything, let me know. If you want anything, you know, I always actually try to make that happen. Like if they need anything, of course, but if they want something like toys or Fortnite skins or like just crap like that, I always try to make that stuff happen, because I know it's hard growing up in a single mom environment, thinking that like, oh, if I ask her, like, I don't know if she'll have the money, or I don't want to feel like I'm a burden. Like I knew what it was like growing up like that. I knew what it is. And I don't want them to do that.
And it's like one of those things where it's like, I even see Milo now that Milo's getting older. He's like, I really, really want this, but because I know, you know what I mean? Like he like, because he sees like he doesn't want to be a burden.
Yeah. And you know, and it's good for kids to have that sense of self-awareness, or sense of self like awareness in their surroundings, that maybe I should just be cautious about this. Maybe I should know what is it called when you like respect money? Like I don't know, whatever. Whenever you know the true value of money, like you have to earn it. Like you have to. So they definitely know that, and I have built that with them. So but I try to be there for them no matter what. There was just some instances where I just wanted to now I'm getting off topic. My mind is like going 15 miles like different directions. Like I wanted to say like some of the cute things that they have said in their little lives, and like some of the sad things that they have said, like some things that parents or non-parents or anybody going into parentinghood, whatever, kids are funny. Kids are hilarious. Like kids are honest. Like I have two of the opposite spectrum of kids. I have Riker, who is more reserved, he is more cautious. He's more like, both of my boys are sensitive, but he's more, are you okay? Like he'll make sure everyone is okay around him. He's takes that on from like me, like just making sure everyone's okay. Then you have Atticus, who is super blunt. Like he's just like blunt. He's out there. He doesn't care if he doesn't know he hurt your feelings. He doesn't care if he did. And if he did, he'll be like, I'm sorry, but why does that hurt your feeling? Like he's so silly. Like kids are just, they're just so much fun, and they're silly. And I love being a parent raising them. Like it's been amazing. Like I feel like I have grown as a human being their mother, and like has given me a sense, like I know it might sound silly, but it's almost a sense of purpose.
That does not sound silly at all.
Well, I mean, sometimes I feel like people should have a purpose just for being, like, you should have your own goals and stuff like that. But like, it gives me a sense of like, all right, like I can't slack today. Like I can't be depressed. I can work, but I can't have a depressed Saturday. I can't have a depressed Sunday. I can't just like, I'm not talking about just work. I'm just talking about like, I can't just have these down moments. These kids are relying on me. Like they're relying on me for everything.
Oh yeah.
They rely on me for everything. Like, I mean, yeah, actually Riker just this morning, he's like, I want to know how to make more food. Like he already makes his own food mostly, but like, he's like, I want to know how to cook, and I want to know how to do this. He's 8. And I'm like, cool, dude, like, let's do this. And then I look over and he's letting the dog lick the spatula from making eggs. And I'm all, dude, okay.
You're all one-on-one on cooking. Nah, dude, that ain't gonna slide.
Like it's stuff like that. I'm like, dude, you can't like let the dog lick the spatula, bro. And that literally was just like, he's like, okay. He's like, but he did. I'm like, can't. Like, there's cross contamination. You don't want the dog spit in your eggs.
They lick their butts and
It's
they eat their poop.
so funny. It's like fun. It's like these moments, like, it's just fun. And so, what else? I'm teaching him tons of stuff. Like ever since the divorce, I've been going out with him fishing. I've learned, I've always loved to outdoors and always loved to fish, but having two little boys that love to fish, I know how to tie a fishing knot. I know what you need, what bait you need for a certain type of fish. Like I got this fishing poles. You want a fly rod? It's a different type of fishing, but sure, let's do this. Like I know I'm like learning all types of things now because they're into it. So I will definitely take the time to do what they want to do because these are my kids. I'm raising them, and these are healthy coping mechanisms to help them deal with life and like get away. And so this is awesome. So yeah, fishing. Like I've always hiked, but like I've never been to games, so I'm totally learning about that.
Well, it's a whole different. Like this is. I don't even know. Yeah. Even Milo, like he's been into Minecraft lately.
Oh,
and I'm like, cool. It's do you, boo?
Yeah, like the Minecraft is actually pretty interesting. You get to make these little barracks and little peoples, and they have little beds, and they have little. Yeah,
it's so weird.
Little moats, and they have their little moats and their fish, and they feed the fish, and they feed the people, and they feed this.
But I was never. I mean, when we gamed, like my brothers and I, we were playing Sonic, or like on like Sega. Yeah. You didn't have a Sega, then you're fucking up.
Yeah, we had a Sega. That's all I had though.
Yeah, like this newest stuff, I'm like, even Riker, he was like, Sam, do you want to see my fort? And I was all, sure. What the fuck?
And so it's been
get Auntie another beer and we'll
it's been fun. I love parenting. I love taking care of these guys' kids. Like I love teaching them new things. I love actually like I feel like of course I'm helping them mold into these human beings, but with their situation, with my situation, I feel like I try to mold these people into people that you can live with in society. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of parents out there that don't teach their kids how to live in a society, especially today's society. Like, there's so much out there that they have to understand and have to know, and like they don't have to do it necessarily. They don't have to do all these things that other people are doing, but they can respect these people's decisions. And so to be non-judgmental in those sense, like you can definitely believe everything you want to believe in, and you know what? Take it to the fucking mat. But you know what? Do not judge someone else if they don't believe in what you believe in. You guys can, Riker, we actually were talking about this the other day, agree to disagree. And he was like, I get it. I'm all, yeah, it's you agree to disagree, but you can still be people. Like you can still be friends and people, and everybody can coexist here.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow. Well,
that's how do we do this?
Wow, this is interesting. I like it. And it's hard. I mean, it's hard and it's fun, but yeah, recently it's like been more interesting because I feel like I'm having this like great moment with parenting and being me, who I am. But then I'm like, it'd be cool to date somebody.
Yeah.
But then when you have kids and you're trying to date, you have so many people with like the prejudgments of single moms already. And so I have come across this so many times. Well, people think that like, I get it. We're a lot. It's a lot. But people think that like I'm looking for a stepdad. People think I'm like, I want you to replace. Yeah. Like, people think
you're good, dude. You're good.
People think that I'm that type of person that needs somebody to replace their dad. And in all actuality, like they don't know. I would just like somebody to hang out with me. And so they get this whole overthinking. They're like, oh my God, I'm probably going to have to hang out with her kids. Oh my God. Right. No, actually, you know what's funny is that no one has met my kids.
It's funny is that I hear two kids and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean?
They're here to, so I guess it's like a responsibility. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish they would have that conversation before making that presumption, because I'd be like, seriously, I don't want you to take care of any of us. I got this.
I would like for you to just hang out with me. I just want a little bit of love.
I would do like a little bit of love. Can someone just fucking hang out with me without getting this whole like caught up in this whole like family thing?
Yeah.
And so that's hard. So then I feel like, you know what?
Well, that's the part that's like a struggle for being single parents. And it's hard. Like her and I were talking about this one day because we were talking about like where our podcast was going to go and like all this different stuff. And we see everyone doing all these different things. And we're like, dude, we wish. You know, like she works a full-time job, 9 to 5, sometimes 9 to something, 9 to whatever.
Oh, overtime is approved. So
yeah, like all the time for her. And then we're like trying to be healthy. So we go to the gym at certain times. We're trying to get our rest, trying to do this. I'm also trying to get a second job just like, again, we're both doing this on our own. Like we do this on our own. We don't get the luxury of, we don't get the luxury. I mean,
we don't get the luxury of co-parenting. We don't get the luxury of that co-parent, not necessarily a spouse, but that co-parent that'll actually will spend quality time understanding our kids, which in your case, but also in my case, like just spending time with the kids.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, I don't mind if you have a kid. I feel like you do.
I feel like, okay, you say that now,
but like what happens when you really like when we get into this, because then that's another human. Like our little humans are our humans, like, and we are you come with a package, you come in, it's like,
and men think this is like a responsibility and they have to step up and this is their dutiful role and they have to do this, but it's not like that. Especially like, I mean, I guess I can say that every woman is different, but it's not like that with me and Samantha. We're not the type of one that's going to bring, I've heard horror stories of women bringing their kids on dates. I've heard
we're like, we're going to go sit at a bar.
I've heard horror stories of kids bringing on their dates. I've heard horror stories of kids bringing them to meet the guy, like, but the thing is, I can honestly say that I've talked to somebody for, almost a whole year, hung out, and never met my kids. I never even met my kids. Before that was like somebody like 6 months, never met my kids. Like, I'm not that type of person, and not just because I don't trust people, but it's because what does that say? Like, what does that say to my kid? Like, I grew up with a single mom. I love my mom to death. But like when I was younger, when she would break up and constantly break up and then have a new boyfriend and do this and do that.
Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Right.
So I knew how I visioned it when I was younger, and I didn't want that for my kids. And so to have someone constantly in and out of their lives, especially all the the shit they've been through with their father, fuck that. Why would I want somebody in and out of their life? Like, why would I do that to them? Not just that person's self-insecurity about not wanting to date a single mom, but why would I do that to my kids? I'm a mama bear. Like, I'm not going to fucking do that shit. Like, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris, get your foot. That's one thing. And, so yeah, like that's also been a hard aspect on my personal self. So
yeah, like dating and then having kids and like trying to balance a life, like, because you can be a mom all the time, right? You have to be mom all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But you also have to have Alicia time or like Sam time. Like when we go out and have a beer at Marvel on Thursdays, it's like, should we drink more? Like, should we just drink like 3? Should we just fuck it? Should
we just have a whole bunch of Red Bull and vodkas? And just like dance all night and then run in the rain?
Yes.
At like 30 something years old? Yes, we should.
And it was like 10.
It was like 10.
We're like, we're going to go home super early and not be out till 4 o'clock in the morning. Sick.
Yeah.
But no, it's hard. You have to balance those things. And that's now that Milo's getting to that age, I think he's understanding like, oh yeah, you do need your mom time. Like you need to go, you're working nonstop. Now you're going back to school. Now you're going to try to find a second job just so like,
so
whatever.
We can date. So let me give you this time. We can date on Sunday from 2 to 3. We would love a consistent person. Can we just schedule this shit? Because but a consistent, loyal, honest, like person.
And just know that we're like a full package. Like, okay, not even that. It's like, yes, I come with my kid. I come with a family, right? So you got 3 brothers and my 2 parents. Love them with all my heart. Every single one of those human beings, they drive me nuts, but I love them. And then I got my best friend and her 2 kids. Like, so.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
yeah.
welcome to the fam, bro.
Welcome to the circus. This is our circus. You're going to either love us or you're going to hate us.
Yeah. We scare a lot of people away. Like that one guy came over for dinner that one time. And I was like, so what's up? What's going on? And I'm asking like 100 questions, like 60 questions, like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, do you have kids? He's like, yeah. I'm like, where are they at? Like, why don't you have? And that's just.
Why aren't you with them?
Sorry, bro. Actually, I'm not sorry. I don't feel bad.
Okay.
You're good.
Cool.
I didn't feel bad though. But anyways, yeah, I think like that was even scary because I was just like, what kind of parent? Like, well, why would your kid be with his mom? Like, why don't you see your kid out? Like, what happened for you not to see your kid? And he's like, I'm in the service. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. She was like, oh my God, this is my best friend. Like, she's like, I prepared you. I was like, yeah, I don't get it. And then mine's over here. He's like, could you just like leave him alone, bro? But no, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to balance out being moms, try to have our own personal life, trying to work around all these different things. You know, the boys are growing up and they're getting older. They're starting to see things. And we were talking about how like kids do start seeing things. They see things at a young age, but as they get older, it's like, oh, wait, that situation, you remember those things. You remember little certain things, you know? And so like, it's crazy. Like Milo knows when my anxiety goes crazy high. It's like certain, like, you know, there's just like little ticks. And then he's like, oh, that's why. Like, it's just like certain things that he remembers from like the past. And he's like, oh, that's why mom gets so like, not like, I do. My anxiety goes like, wah, like, well, leave me alone. I'm going to go hide in the closet.
Yeah, no, my kids notice mine as well. I think it's less lately because I have tried to, so I like internalize everything. So I don't have like an emotion and I don't talk.
Oh, you don't say.
And so my kids, they know, they're just like, hey, what's going on? What's up? Like, want to hang out? Like, they don't, like, they're not there to Milo's situation. They probably will be there.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, my kids are like, what's up? Want to hang out? And, like, Atticus will just come up and, like, hug me. And, like, he'll be all over me and put his foot in my face. And his little square, chunky feet. I'm like, dude, when are you going to grow out of this? Like, big head, chunky feet. Like, when are you going to grow out of this stuff? Never.
Soon, never.
And then you have Riker, who's tall and skinny. And, like, he, like, puts his feet up. I'm like, bro, like, where did you get these ginormous feet?
He, like, put his foot in my face the other day. And I was like, ew. I was like, get that out of here. No one cares.
Yeah, like I just feel like they sense that stuff as well, but I try to definitely hide it from them because I just feel like they've been through so much to deal with my emotions. I don't want them to take that on that burden.
Well, that's also the hard thing too. It's like, you know, you're raising them, so they are gonna see it, you know. Like,
yeah, no,
and it sucks. Like I always like I worry. I worry so much. I'm just like my mom. I worry all the time. It's because we have like great reasons why. You never know when we're going to get the phone call of something. And like, because we always get phone calls that are just like the worst of the worst phone calls. And so like, I get that. I'm just like my mom. I worry. Sometimes I don't sleep. Some ways like thinking about stuff. I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know, I take a lot after my mom, especially after all the shit that my family has been, you know, through over the past couple of years. It does suck, you know, and I always apologize to Milo. It's like, sometimes I just like, I'll ball everything up and I flip out, you know, I just fucking like lose it. And now he's got the point where he's like, yeah, you just need to have a mental breakdown, bro. And then I'm going to leave you alone.
Yeah.
Here, mom. I'm going to lock yourself in your room. Here's a 6-pack of Dos Equis. We'll see you later. I'm taking your keys away and we're good.
Yeah.
It's hard though. It's hard. You know, like, and then it's like, also we're trying to take care of our mental health and like our physical health and like all these other things. And it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a lot over the past couple of years. It's been like, it's definitely the universe testing us. I feel like for me too, it's like, for me especially, I feel like just throwing a lot of shit my shit. Well, and you too, though. You've been having a lot of.
Hey, there's a pile of shit. Let's just throw like shit on top of the shit.
Let's see
how
far we can put Sam in that pile of shit.
Sam,
and Alicia.
maybe she can deal with some constipation.
Yeah, totally. Like, can someone throw me a freaking bone here, man? No, but we both have. Fuck, we both just can't. Like, it's like sometimes it's like, damn.
Yeah, no, it really has. I've just been couple years now of just dealing with just tons of shit, but I feel like we've gotten through it. I feel like right now we're stronger. All of that, like total cheesy saying, well, won't kill you, make her stronger.
I almost busted out a Britney Spears song.
Oh.
Stronger. No,
but it's true.
It is so true. Yeah, no, and especially like, yeah, no, and it's good too because we have our little network. Like we were talking about how like. Because people don't have like close friends, and we're super close. Like Alicia and I tell each other everything. When we have our best friend moments, we have our best friend moments, and we like can call each other out and like, dude, like, no, it's not cool. Like we're here for each other. But our kids became, her sons are my babies. You okay?
Sorry, I just need to back up. Sorry. I take out everything. Sorry, guys.
Our kids, Milo can always call Auntie Alicia, if he ever needed her. And he has, he's not scared to call. He's not scared to reach out. The boys obviously are at a young age, but if they ever needed Auntie Pooh Bear to come pick them up, they already know, like, I got them back. They just got to sit on top of the roof. And
yeah. I think
hold on, kids.
They like to tackle you for some reason. They like to
fuck with me. They like to fight me. They want to battle.
They do want to battle, but that's boys too.
I know.
They always want to like battle, jump on you, like, hey, let's just throw down. They fight in the back seat. They literally will put each other's feet in each other's faces.
Literally run. He'll run as fast as he can, and he'll like, jump on top of me. Like, and he thinks he's gonna take me down. He's like, his mission is to take me down. I think it's because he sees my brother's always messing with me, like when Chris is there or whatever. And I think he like sees that. And then I had that mind. So I'm like, oh, come on, let's go. And then my nephew is on top of it.
Yeah. Not just that, but I also tackle them.
Yeah. You're like, go tackle your Auntie Pooh Bear.
I also love roughhousing with my boys. Like I love, like, because I feel like that's just roughhouse. Like I'll push them over. Yeah. I'll push their head. I'll push them off the couch. Like,
oh yeah, I threw Atticus in the pool the other day, and I was like, don't cry. You can't cry. Like you asked for it. You were standing right there.
Yeah. I love just pushing them. I love just like, like, of course, it's not that kind of, but like we just have that playful type of relationship. And I love that.
Right.
And I do that too. I tackle people. And if I don't know.
I tackle people. So watch out. Like, like this is never a reason why. Why I'm single. Because you tackle people.
I tackle people. Just kidding.
Alicia and I always have to, like, every time we say something stupid, like, that's number 16 of why we're single or why guys don't want to hang out with us.
I actually don't tackle anybody, but that was pretty hilarious.
I just pictured you tackling somebody. Like straight Waterboy's mom, like when she sees the end, when she sees her, what's the dad's name? Alberto.
Oh my goodness, that's no foosball for you.
It's the foosball or a water boy kind of night for us.
Yeah, the movie's funny.
No, but I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's nice though too. And you have a lot of family. I have a lot of family. Milo has been raised by my brothers, especially my brother, my second oldest brother, Chris. He's done so much for me and beyond. I mean, that dude's literally my saving grace. Yeah. I wouldn't know what I would do.
Chris is awesome.
Chris is so rad. I love that dude. He's a any guy named Chris is a cool dude. Chris right here is a cool dude. I was talking about him actually. I was like, dude, I wish I'd have gotten on video how you pulled up the other day on your bike and you like the dirt came up and I was like,
oh, he like had his glasses on, his hat, and the dirt.
And he just stared at us and I was like, dude, what's happening?
Can we have a warning next time so we can record that? That was hilarious.
Come in hot.
Good and hot. That's what you should have this song playing.
But yeah, anyone that's named Grace is awesome. But my brother's awesome. I'm like, dude, how are you single? Like, you're so cool. But he has his own reasons. But Milo's been raised with tons of kids. I have 4 nephews. I have 2 nieces. And all these other little random kids that I don't even know where they come from sometimes. I'm like, who? What kid are you? My brother just took you from Christy's house. Like what? And he's like, yeah, I took all of them. Like, I just brought him over here. I'm like, what? Okay, cool. Like, he's got like,
He's like you.
I know. We bring all the kids over. We're like, whatever. What? So it's cool. I mean, and then it's nice because then Riker and them get to come hang out, and then they get to like hang out with my nephews. And
Yeah, Mateo and Atticus are hilarious.
oh my god, they're like cutest
They're
together.
awkward.
They're okay. Can I say something?
Yeah,
so funny?
when you say that, I'm also going to tell next story.
So I have 4 nephews. Everyone knows. I have my oldest Isaac. There's Anthony, who's my little pro skater coming up soon. Donovan, and then Mateo. Mateo is the same age as Atticus. I think he's a year older than him. He's like 6. Right?
No. Atticus is 5, but Mateo is older
yeah.
because he'll be in 1st grade.
Yeah. So when we get to all hang out, like I try to get my nephews as much as I possibly can, but everyone has their schedules all crazy. So when they come over to swim, or we go do something, I try to get Mateo so that Atticus has something to play with. And I try to get Donovan. Donovan's 13 too. So it's like hard for Riker and them, but they all hang out. But, so we're at the pool the other day and those little jets, like the actual like pump in the pool. So I'm sitting out there. Alicia's on a call for work and the boys are like, they're basically riding it. They're putting the little dicks inside the little hole and they're going, woohoo, ride it, cowboy. And I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? And they're like, and it goes, it feels funny. And I was like, get your little dick out of there. And they're like, why? And they're like riding it all weird. And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, because your little pecker's going to get stuck in there and Papa's going to get really mad at you. And we're going to have to call the ambulance. And because your little penis is going to get stuck in there. And they're like, oh. And they still kept doing that little shit. My dad walks out. He's like, your little dick's going to get stuck in there. And I walked away.
It's like they're like laughing.
Oh my god! Woohoo! Ride him, cowboy! Like, oh my god.
So my boys, they're hilarious. So Riker was about 2.5 when Atticus was born, and I think Atticus. So about this time of the story, like I think Atticus was like 6 months. So Riker was about 3, and they're taking a bath together. And Riker looks over and is like, his is so small. I'm like, what are you talking about? His pee-pee is so small. And I'm like, no, we're not commenting on pee-pees right now. Like, he is 6 months old. And boys, and like this starts so early. This comparison starts so early.
I can only imagine, man. Dude, I can't. It's like that's why it's so crazy because like I have a 13-year-old. So it's like I'm dealing with a 13-year-old, like weird, like all right, dealing with all the preteen stuff, it's like, it's just like so weird. And then I see like the little guys, and I'm like, oh man, at least you're gonna have your hands full.
Oh, I'm gonna have my hands full. I'm gonna have to get I already have like a handgun, but I'm gonna have to get a shotgun. I want to have to get in a semi-IR and just like sit out my window. I know. Any little girls or guys, whatever it may be.
Oh my god.
For any situations, because
I know.
Like Atticus is a troublemaker. Riker's like, he might start some trouble. I'm not gonna say he's never going to, but like
Atticus is the troublemaker.
I know.
Shit.
I have my hands full.
Yeah.
Like Atticus is like so blunt. Like, so we went fishing one time, and it was at San Juan, and we were just like chilling, having a good time. And there was this fisherman. He was kind of like walking the shoreline. Just like walking and like he fishing, but he was like throwing his whatever. And we stayed in one spot because I don't know if anybody knows when you go fishing with 2 little kids, you have to stay in one spot. You can't fish the line because you have to have your chairs, your snacks. You have to have like your fishing rods. You have to have everything set up because that line breaks like every 5 minutes.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, I can't imagine.
Like that line, like you just Anyways, this guy was walking by and he's like, "Hey, how you guys doing? It's a nice day." And Atticus like, "Why does your voice sound like that?" And I was like, "Oh my god, Atticus, what do you mean?" And he was like, "His voice sounds really like, like why does it?" I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I knew, because the guy just probably smoked his whole life. Like he just has a raspy voice."
Yeah.
Well, my son was like, "Can you telling this guy, older guy, can you just like, can you just like do like that? It'll help your throat." So we're literally having a conversation with a stranger about why his voice sounds funny.
Guy's like, "Man, I've been smoking Marlboro Reds for
longer than your mom's been alive."
Yeah, exactly. little shit.
Little
Leave me
shit.
alone.
And he's like, no, it's just how my voice is. And it's just like, that's the kind of stuff that Atticus just points out and says. He doesn't, like, Riker would be like, just kind of look at the guy like, okay,
He's
different,
like, cool,
different. But no, Atticus will definitely call you out. Try to fix you. He'll like, like,
Oh
you
my
could just
God.
clear your throat, dude.
No, they're so funny. They're so cute. When Milo, they known Milo as Dead Name Theory, but when we had to tell them like, hey, you know, you can't call that name anymore. You have to say Milo. Atticus was just like, what the hell? And then Riker was like, Milo. I could hear him walking. He's going, Milo. And then he called Milo Theory. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's okay. It's going to happen. It's like a common thing. Like sometimes I even just now was like, all right, dude, I love you so much, Theory. Yeah. And he's all, really, bro? And I was like, sorry.
Yeah, no, Riker actually took it too. And he's like, I actually really think that's cool.
Yeah, he was like, I really like your name. I think it's a cool name.
Yeah.
It's so, you know, it's cool. I mean, it is cool being a parent. It's fucking hard though. If people want to know what it's like, dude, it's hard.
Yeah,
it is so hard. It's insane. I love it. I mean, it's cool. Like I said, it's cool having all these different age groups around because I forget. Like I got Milo right now, who's 13, but then like now he's like embracing who he is, and it's so rad. Like my whole house is covered in art. Like his bedroom is just nothing but. So I bought like a pack from Hobby Lobby like canvases. They're like have these like. He gets them every single weekend. My brother takes him to the art store, and he's gonna try to sell his art. So we're gonna make an Instagram. So look out for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's gonna start selling it. His art is so rad. He's also a musician. He writes. So it's like, it's cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually, when I was younger, I used to actually write.
Yeah,
I used to write poetry and I used to write songs, and I have a book from when I was in elementary school and middle school of just these lyrics
like
and
songs.
Random stuff that I would just write poems. I loved writing poems. I used to love it.
He came up with a song the other day and I was like, please don't ever. I mean, that probably would be a great hit. Like fuck it. Let's do it. Let's get you in the studio. Record it. Chris, we're recording a album.
Yeah. Raising kids has been awesome. Honestly, it's been great.
But it's also nice when we have all that support too. You know, you have all the support around us. We have great great, you know, we have great grandparents that are great. We have parents that are great. Aunts and uncles.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't be able to do it without the support of my family.
Same. I honestly, I have no idea. Like those people.
Yeah,
those people that I'm talking about, my family.
The support of like all my friends and family. Honestly, like they have all been there for me through a lot of things, and even with my kids stuff, like they've been with me. They've helped me. They, you know, because just anything I needed, they've always just helped.
And it's always good for the kids to see that
the community, the community of it, honestly, and helping kids be more social, like just knowing knowing their grandparents, knowing their great grandparents, knowing like their aunts and uncles, having those relationships with them, like having these different relationships that are beneficial for them are awesome because they have more. They get to see where I was raised too, like how I was raised, how what mom came through, like, oh, that's why that's why mom's like that. Yeah. So like I kind of buffered them. For my dad, for their grandpa, because he's a little tough on the edges.
I love your dad. He's great. No, but that's how I'm like, dude, Milo, I'm so sorry. Like, this is who you are going to be raised by, these insane grandparents of yours. It sucks too. Like, you know, the other side of it too, like, because who's Milo right now and how I raised Milo, it sucks because it's like, well, the other side of the family, I mean, they're there obviously, but it's also not like it's not like what he has at my house. Like in my house, it's like open arms, hugs. Okay, we're here for you, whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. Sandy, she's just a different story, but we all got her back no matter what. But yeah, you know what I mean? She's there for her grandkids. Like anything that Milo needs, that lady will do.
But that's also how you grew up as well, though, is within Sandy. Yeah. And like, so Milo, even though he's your twin, like he still is going to have a different, like he has had definitely a different upbringing than you.
Chris is writing his
he is definitely like a different upbringing than you. Like
Yeah.
you didn't. That's another aspect of like whole parenting, like to understand like all these different things that happen in different perspectives. Like Milo didn't have to grow up. I mean, you didn't have to grow up with a single mom.
Yeah.
Milo was growing up with a single mom.
Yeah.
Like same. Well, I grew up with. I don't know my situation. Well, I grew up with a single mom. My kids are growing up with a single mom. I'm like, damn it.
You're all welcome to the life, baby. Welcome to the life.
I hate it.
No, but it is. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Yeah.
We love our kids, and we're still trying to figure this whole thing out. Being single parents out here in Albuquerque, Mexico. As we were talking about in our last podcast about dating, and that's like the troubles that we are running into, and just even like also other stuff, not just dating, but it's just like we're parents. Like this is our priority, and this is our life. And so like whether it's friends or family or whatever, like this is what we're doing. And we need people to come in and come with that respectfully and like understand and support and love. If not, then it's all good. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, definitely come in with the support and love. And I feel like if you enter our lives, just know that we do have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And that respect and those boundaries are huge for us. And honestly, with us, don't come in with pre-assumptions of like how you think it's gonna go or how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
It's in your hair. Oh,
I knew it. It was a lot.
It was just a little moth. It was like a baby one. But yeah, don't just like it's like life. Like this is life. This is how just go with the flow. I think that's the type of person.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Just
Like
go with it, and
that's what parenting really is.
Yeah. You wake up every day just kind of going with it.
Yeah. You go with it and you teach these kids the best you can and you raise them and
to be humans.
Yep.
In this world that we live in right now.
That could live in this world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, well, that was our podcast for the night about our kids and our lives
and raising kids
and being single moms and what we do. It's 9:00. Milo better be laying in bed anyways.
9:11.
Well, shit was up till 6:00 in the morning. I was like, I could hear them before.
When does he go to school?
Next week. So they were having one big hoorah party last night at my house, and I was like, you fuck asses.
Yeah.
So we've got next pod one is going to be fun. We keep kind of doing the drum roll for that one because we got some fun stories to talk about.
We do. Pompour. If you haven't looked at the word, it's actually spelled POMPOUR. Just look it up. I mean, it's just like not like just.
It's not like it's normal. In our world, these kind of things are normal in our world.
It's just everything's normal. I mean, like we just make the most outlandish things normal.
Yeah. So that should be a fun one. We're gonna share this insane story that we like love to tell everybody because we think it's hilarious. I mean, when people hear the story, they're like, "What in the actual?"
And then you're gonna be like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah, these two are
these two
are
sense.
Fucking crazy. So that will be coming up. And then we're just gonna kind of keep doing this. And thank you, Chris, for letting us use it tonight.
Yeah,
I know you're hungry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's hungry.
It's 9:00, bro.
Yeah, I could have brought you food.
We're mothers. We want to feed.
We'll feed you.
We bring snacks all the time.
We could have fed you.
There's usually Cheez-Its in the bags. There's string cheese. But thank you again. We love you very much. And we'll see you guys soon and talk to you later.
All right.
Peace.
All right. Bye.